So I just decided to hit y'all with a little smooth something for the night. Go ahead. While y'all get y'all something to sip on and do your thing. Welcome the smooth edition of Freight Trapping Podcast. I am your host, Mr. James Roberts.
And I'm your girl, Tawana Roberts.
I like that. We're gonna let that groove. What's up, Charles? What's up, Charles? All right, all right. Yes, yes. How you like that? We got guests in the building tonight. We finna have some fun, y'all. I want to welcome you guys to another edition of the Freight Trapping Podcast. I am your host, Mr. James Roberts.
Yes, sir.
And this is my co-host, Queen of Dispatch, Miss Tawana Roberts. Yeah, we tag team this thing each and every Sunday. We missed you guys last Sunday. We had some things going on, family over everything. So I just want to welcome you guys back to another edition of Freight Trapping Podcast. Well, tonight, I'm going to do this. I'm going to let my wife introduce our guest. She's a little choked up.
Y'all know I always have me a nice glass of rosé when we start. But I want to make sure we can hear you. You're looking like you're muted, Avery. But if you can unmute yourself. We have there you go. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, guys, I'm just excited. I never met this young lady. We've never had a conversation other than text messaging, trying to get this flyer together. However, she was actually on here a couple weeks supporting another woman that's doing amazing in the industry, that's building a legacy. And come to find out at the time of that previous interview, Miss Avery is a woman in trucking, and she's driving the big boys. And I could not let the opportunity go without getting her on here, because this is huge for women. There are so many women that we've had call that is interested in and have always wanted to get into driving the big trucks, the 18-wheelers, and was working on their Class A and CDL. That's commercial driver license, for those of you who do not know what CDL is. I have to always say that now. But they've been asking for women like you, Avery. And so I'm just extremely humble and grateful for you to come and take time out of your day away from your family to come and share with us on this evening. I always say I'm going to come before you strong, but I won't be before you long. And so I'm not going to take up all of your time either, but I want you to come before strong, because the people are here. They've been waiting to hear from a woman such as yourself, and we are grateful to have you. So Miss Avery Robinson, you guys give it up.
Thank you. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Let me start introducing myself. I'm a mother of two girls. I'm originally from Monroe, North Carolina, but I reside in Charlotte. For those of you who don't know, it's maybe about 30 minutes away, country town, but that's home. My backstory, I've been driving for a little over 2.5 years. I started over the road, went and got my Class A's, went over the road for about 4 months, and due to family reasons, I had to come home. Family first, like Mr. Roberts said. So I had to take a little hiatus for about 3 months, and then an opportunity presented itself for me to get in the dump truck. So I drove dump trucks hauling asphalt materials for about 1.5 years, and then the opportunity presented itself for me to get back in the big truck. So that's what I'm doing now.
Awesome. So you said you did over the road and for 4 months, and due to family reasons, you had to come off.
Yes,
While
ma'am.
you were on for the 4 months, can you tell us what you were running?
A little bit of everywhere on the southeast. I went to Chicago from Kentucky to Maine. I stayed in Maine. I don't know what it is, but they kept me running to Maine. Um, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, those places. I never had too many.
Don't mind me, Miss Avery. I'm over here trying to do some technical stuff. I'm listening
See,
though.
work it out. Work it out, IT.
Okay. We trying to get the phone charged because I have to. I'm a multitasker, so I'm interviewing you and making sure we
That's
share this
okay.
so that the people can hear what you have to say on this evening, because I've had a lot of people reach out about women truck drivers. They're wanting to know, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as you've seen it through your eyes. And we know that it could be a really dangerous job. So, with that, tell us a little bit about what was one of the most, dramatic or most dangerous experiences that you've had, being out on the road when you were.
Well, I'm still on the road actually now. It's just I came in yesterday evening. I'm leaving tomorrow, but one of the
Oh,
yeah, one of the most I would say scariest experiences I had was with a male. I was in Connecticut walking up to my truck at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting ready to do a pre-trip, knocking on my door. That was the scariest thing. And like she said, we're gonna give it to you raw, the good, the bad, and ugly. Like she said, it can be very dangerous because there's some crazy people out here. And I know people have the perception that truckers make a lot of money. So I notice there's a lot of people that hang at the truck stops or these rest areas targeting truckers.
mm-hmm.
So that was the most scariest. As far as driving incident, I can't say I've had people cut me off. I mean, we all experienced that in the truck, and I couldn't really stop. I didn't hit them. Thank God they cut me off and got on out the way. But other than that, I really haven't had no scare.
Okay. Okay. So you said a guy walked up to your truck at like
Yes,
four
ma'am.
something in the morning.
4 o'clock
Um,
in the morning. I'm
um, we hear a lot of stories about the truck stops and the dangers of it. As a woman, because there are so many women wanting to get involved, but we want to be transparent, we want to be authentic, we want to be honest about everything. And so, for the women that are looking to get into driving 18 wheelers, that's looking to get into the industry, are there any tips that you can give them when they do get into the industry, especially being at those truck stops, on being safe?
so one thing I will say. Right. So one thing I will say, I'm very alert and leery about where I park. I try to time my route so I can get a truck stop before it gets always halfway, but that's how to do it. And when I get ready to get out the truck to go shower or fuel, I make sure I have everything I need so I don't have to go back or be distracted. I'm not on my phone and I'm watching my surroundings. And just being honest,
Mhm.
I really don't talk to people. I'm looking like tunnel vision and I'm still watching, but I don't get friendly. If somebody speak, I will speak. But I just stay focused because you don't know where people mindsets are or what they have up their sleeve. And my job is to get my freight delivered and get back home to my family.
Amen. She said that she don't be on her phone, because I want to get these tips out there. She doesn't be on her phone, and she watches her surrounding constantly, just to be on the safe side. Um, you know, can you still hear me, Avery? Can you still hear me?
Yes, ma'am. It's breaking up a little bit, but you coming in. Can you hear me?
Okay, I
Yes,
can hear you
ma'am.
fine because I hear something making noise here. But hold on one second. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna just do something real quick. We're gonna make sure, because I want to get this out. I don't want my phone to die because I'm streaming on Facebook as well, and I don't want my phone to die. So let me just plug it
Right.
in here. All right, there we go. So I can charge that. So we're plugged in and we're charging. So back to you, because I want to make sure I'm able to continue to share this. There's so many people that have really been interested in hearing from a woman that drives, over the road, whether you're, over the road, state to state, city to city, whatever, regional, but they've been wanting to hear because this is helping them make an informed decision on if this is, an industry or a career that they want to, try to succeed in. And it's been it's been a long time overdue. We started doing this back in November, and we've just kind of been waiting to hear from somebody. And I knew that if you knew and you were connected with Paris, I knew you definitely was someone we would want to talk to. And so, with that being said, let's talk about being a mom as well, over the road, driving in the trucking industry. Tell us a little bit about that, if you have children.
So, so I actually, since you touched on that, my 8-year-old actually just came. We've been out all week. She has been with me, so we alternate, me and her dad. One week she's with him, one week she's with me because we co-parent. And at first, started taking her, it was challenging because she was in the background trying to do schoolwork, talking. But it's smooth sailing. I got the security to know that my child is with me, and she's seeing the world at the same time. And that's something else as far as safety for anybody out there who may say, oh, okay, I can take my baby with me. I do work for an owner operator, and he's kind of like my big brother, so he has been very helpful with me, trying to make me as comfortable as I can to do what I got to do to support my family. But and even with her going back to safety, I snatch her phone up too, and I have our little power talk. We getting ready to get out this truck. You need to have your little eyes alert too, watching and seeing what's going on. Don't say nothing to nobody. You just keep walking. So
Wow. How does she like it? She likes being in that big truck, doesn't she?
that's my co-driver. That's my co-driver. For the most part, she do. By the end of the week, she ready to get out of there because she know it's time to go home.
He's lagging. Yeah, like I'm his co-pilot because he's the captain of this ship and of this plane. So you know, with that also, like, does she ask you questions like, ask you what made you decide to get into driving 18 wheelers?
Do, and then she, Mama, what's this button for? What is the tandems? Because I try to tell her what I'm doing. I'm getting out. I gotta open doors. I'm getting ready to slide my tandems back. What is those? What are you doing? So sometimes,
That's not us. That's us.
where we are, I will get out and get, but for the most part, I stay in the truck because it's dangerous. Um,
And I
I've
think
always
you have,
been a driver. Like, I like to drive, and just being honest, I'm gonna go. So you breaking up?
yeah, we just pulled the volume down, so we think it's coming from your end. The
We're gonna. This is what we're gonna do. When you hear her, just talk
Okay, let me.
because I think you probably you got a bad signal or something. That's probably why you're chopping up. I can hear you chopping up, but it's fine. We're gonna get
Oh,
through this
Yeah,
here. It ain't no thing. We're
it's
gonna get through
okay.
this.
Yeah. So go ahead and finish, Avery.
oh man, I. Oh, so yeah, so but she asked questions. What's the shipper? What's the receiver? How long we gonna be here? Why we gotta wait? All of that. She wanna know where's the next stop. But like I said, for the most part, while I'm driving, she in class, so she try to not bother me. But when she up in the front, she wanna know what's going on.
That's awesome, though. And I didn't catch, but tell us, what made you decide to go into this industry? Because I didn't catch that.
Okay, so backstory why I ended up getting into trucking. Well, I'm a convicted felon. So I'm
Oh,
a high school graduate. I attended college. I went to college. After I while I was incarcerated as well as after, and I had went to cosmetology school because the problem I was running into was have trying to find somebody to give me a chance,
yeah,
and I couldn't have it. I couldn't find it. No, it was always no, 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 no. So I said I gotta figure something else out. So um my dad drove trucks. So my uncle drives trucks. I got family members who owns trucks. So I said, you know what? It's got to be a better way. I had went to cosmetology school for 2 years and I just hated it. I'm like, when I was done, I would touch him. So I'm like, it's something else that I need to do. So in honesty, my dad was like, well, Avery, you like to drive. You always want to drive. Why don't you go to truck driving school, get your CDL? And I said, you know what? That's not a bad idea. So I thugged it out those 4 weeks, blood, sweat, and tears and crying, but I made it through and I
yeah.
actually love it. Like, I mean, the hardest part, sometimes I want to leave and I hate mountains, but I actually love my job. I don't feel like a job because I love it.
That's amazing.
So that's what
That's
made me
amazing.
say, hey, I'm going to truck driving. So my goal is to, yeah, my goal is to have my own truck before 2021 is out. So
And you're gonna do it. That's so amazing. And the good thing about it is you already know where you like what lane you like to run. So when you get your own truck, you know what I mean, you're not gonna have, a lot of issues like some people do in this industry, not really sure what they want to do or how they want to do it. Now, with that being said, you say you want to have your own truck. Are you going to drive your own truck, or are you going to try to bet you a driver and put somebody in there and you kind of take the back end?
yes, ma'am, I would drive my own truck because that's what I like to do. And good drivers are hard to come by.
Yep.
So I can drive my own truck and pay myself.
Yes.
Eventually,
Okay.
I may down the road hire a driver, but I don't see it happening no time in the future.
Okay, so
Hmm.
now we've got the mommy stuff. We know the background of the mommy stuff, and that's important. And you told a story, and that's why we started this podcast, and that's why I anchored the podcast, because I wanted to make this podcast about truck drivers. I wanted to make this podcast about truck drivers. I want to give us a avenue to have a voice. I want to give us an avenue to kind of tell stories from the cab.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From the cab. So because I drove over the road for 12 years. I had a plan. I had a mission. I wanted to be at a certain point in my life. Didn't know when I was gonna get there, but I wanted to be there. And truck driving gave me that opportunity and gave me a kind of leg up coming from where I came from. You know what I mean? I'm a convicted felon also. So we peers in more ways than one. So my question to you is, she asked you why you got into trucking, what made you get into trucking. Everybody has their own process of getting to where they love trucking, because I know you had to go when you was in that dump truck. You had to mean you had some hell of a stories in that dump truck, didn't you?
Listen, I hated the dump truck. I felt like I was doing myself a disservice in the dump truck. I said, I'm supposed to be driving this. I'm supposed to be in the 8-wheeler. But I had to do what I had to do.
You have to do
Yeah.
what you got to do,
Yeah.
because you get that your experience still continues if you're in a dump truck or if you're in the 18 wheeler. So when you starting out, you have to have a starting
Yeah.
point. Mine was containers. I hate containers, but mine was containers. And so at the end of the day, I was just like, okay, God,
Mhm.
let me get the experience here, then open the door. Then he would open one door. Then I would be there, and I'll say, "Okay, God,
Mm-hmm.
let me get some more experience," and then open another door. And so that's kind of the way it worked for me. And I know when you in it, you kind of do that until you find where what you love to do. That's going, like you say, I get up, I don't have no complaints to go to work. So my thing is, I'm from a man, from a truck, from a male truck driver. When I see women in the industry, I get intrigued, right? Because even though uh, equality is something that we speak about a lot, equal pay for women and men and all of that kind of stuff. This is an industry that you still, when you see a woman in it, you still be like, wow, okay, what did she do to get here? So my question to you is, while on the road, doing your thing, I know you had that one incident, but are there times when you do have to lean on other truck drivers for advice on a load, advice on something possibly being wrong with your truck? Do you find it hard to communicate with males on the road? What's your experience with that?
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh man, can they hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, so to answer your question, I actually got a couple of classes. Okay, so I got a couple classmates that drive, and actually one of them is a trainer, total transportation. I reach out to them. I've also dated truck drivers, so I reach out to them, and I call my dad as well if I have
Mhm.
questions or concerns about something going on with the truck, then I'm not sure of what it is.
Mhm.
So as far as like me talking to other on the road, I really don't have, or at a truck stop in regards to my truck, I haven't experienced that yet. Because like I said, shout out to my own the owner operator I drive for, Bobby Mac One Group Incorporated. He has been a blessing making sure my truck is A1. If I have any
Mhm.
problem, he's on it like white on rice. So, but like I said, if something's happening and I don't know what it is, I pick up the phone and call one of them.
That's cool. So you basically got your own personal network of drivers that you can pretty much use as your safety net when it comes down to you and your rig.
Correct. Correct.
Go. I want
I
you
mean,
to
I'm not saying it's not bad to network and talk.
right, right. Go ahead and shout out, cause very seldom it's hard to find owner operator with a good reputation. I'm gonna just be honest with you, but you do have them. We know one, Calhoun Express. Shout out to Calhoun, Stephen
Logistics.
So
Calhoun Logistics.
Well, glory.
So I want you one more time to go ahead and shout out, you know what I'm saying, your owner operator, cause I want to give him props for making sure that you okay on the road, your
Bobby
equipment
Mack,
okay. Go ahead.
his name is Bobby Mack. He might be on my live right now, but with Mac One Group Incorporated here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm first driver. He wanted to get in the truck, and he's a businessman, so he bought his first truck, and he had told me back in October, like, "Hey, I'm getting ready to buy a truck, Avery. Would you be willing to drive for me?" So
Mm-hmm.
I told him, yeah, of course, he good people. I know him. So I said, I wanted to get out of the dump truck. I felt like God sent him my way to
Yeah.
release me from the dump truck for me to get back into the big truck. So he said, "Okay, I got you." And I'm gonna tell you, it's a process purchasing your first truck, and I got discouraged at times, but he was like, "I got you. If you just rock out with me, I got you." And he has kept his word and done that. So shout out to Bobby, Mac One
All
Group.
right.
Yeah, yeah, cause It's hard. It's hard to trust someone in your truck. Now, me personally, I love. Go ahead. What you had a question, baby?
No.
Me personally, I love hearing stories from the highway. Give us a funny story if you have one about anything, being at a shipper, picking up a load shifting on you where it kind of had you, or your first time going through some mountains. Maybe your first time going taking 70 west through Colorado.
Oh,
If you can.
Oh, 70. That's a route I know so well.
so I ain't been out there and I ain't going.
As long as you stay
So,
from the west, you be
mountains.
fine.
Let me tell you, them mountains is something else. Yes, ma'am. My first experience in the mountains, I was actually with my trainer. I had worked at Western Express. Ugh. But I was nervous and we drove when I was in training with her. So I like to drive at night. So she was like, well, I take the day shift, I drive at night. She said, well, we're going to the mountains. We was leaving Tennessee, Nashville, going up to New York. So that's like straight mountain. And we was going to upstate New York. She would periodically ask me, are you okay? Every day up there, and I had my music on. With the mountains, I'm looking at my signs, these days. I gotta cut all the music off and have a little talk with Jesus. I don't want to hear nothing. She said, you okay up there? It's quiet. You done cut everything off. I said, girl, I just need peace and me through these mountains, just talking to Jesus. Other than that, let me see. What else has happened? I done had to drive in Jacksonville pouring down rain to where I couldn't see and had to pull over because it was just raining that hard. I couldn't see.
Mm-hmm.
I think what else I done went through.
So let me ask you a question because you were with a trainer.
I rode and forgot to slide up.
So you say you rode with a trainer. So let me what did she tell you about what did she tell you about your inclines, your grades, going up a 10% grade, and how to come down to, what did she tell you about that, and how did you feel when you hit your first grade?
I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous, but Jake was my best friend, so I was in an automatic deal. So that helped out a lot. But Jake, listen, Jake, and she say ease off them brakes. Do is burn the brakes up. So that's pretty much it. I just kept control of the truck and just said a little prayer and got on through, and I looked off the runaways just in case I needed it. But I just didn't ride the brakes or stab them. Just let Jake work for me. And if I needed assistance some with my service brake, that's what I did.
Now you say Jake. I understand what you're saying, but explain to the people who Jake is. You know who Jake is?
Jake will be your best friend in the truck at times. It's just the brake, you will load the engine using the service brake, but it will not stop the truck. You still will have to use your service brake to stop the truck, but it just slows the engine down to slow you down.
Right. So she said Jake, which is known as Jake brake, or some people say Jag brake. It's a system on your truck where sometimes you have it on right there at your steering wheel. Sometimes it's a little switch on your dashboard. It just depends. But Jake is Jake is that. Those are trailer brakes. I'm sorry, but Jake is that little fan that you see on your dashboard. It's a switch, and it has three. It has three modes: low, medium, and high. And like she said, once you turn it on and you going down the mountain, it slows down your truck without you applying your brakes. And the way she explained it, she said that the way it slows down your truck, it uses the engine speed to slow down the truck instead of using your air brakes. That way you won't burn your brakes up. That way your brakes won't get hot. And then when you decide, oh, I'm smoking, I'm gonna pull over, and then as soon as you pull over and your brakes cool off, they lock up on you. So, like she said, Jake is your best friend when it comes down to going down those grades. Those grades. Now for me,
Y'all make me want to go get my CDL so I can talk this talk and walk this walk.
now what? What
lane? Come on.
So what lane are you driving? I didn't
I
catch
think she
it.
said southeast.
No. What lane? No. What are you? What are you running? Are you running? Are you doing everything there, like flatbed and van? Are you doing reefer? Are you doing tankers? What are you doing over there?
So, the questions. Right now, I'm doing only dry in. He's looking into buying a reefer, but I kind of touched that. Just got my TWIC card, so I'm very interested in the containers out of ports. Do have my trip. I have the opportunity to even pull that, and I'm studying now for my hazmat and tankers. So I just don't want to be limited to just drive flatbed. I don't think I'm that period because I'm gonna let that be van lane out. I ain't got to be trying to climb up on no back. I ain't tarping nothing. I'm not doing it.
Well, you're doing right by going in and getting the rest of your endorsements so you won't limit yourself and taking care of that. I applaud you for that. I'm serious, I do. I applaud you for that. It's a lot of people who don't take into consideration when they go get their license. Like when I train a guy, we have do assessments on anybody when we training them. The first thing I tell them, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, advise you to go get your bare minimum. Go get everything from the jump, especially now with COVID hitting and you have to have an appointment and all of that. Yeah, go get everything right now. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to limit yourself because you being in a drive-in, you might get somewhere and whoever dispatching you might say, man, I got some totes, man, that we need to get. They need to get it 100 miles away and it's paying good, but you gotta have your hazmats. If you don't have them, you just missed out on the paying low.
Yeah.
So that's why I always tell them, man, don't crush yourself, don't cripple yourself. And I applaud you, like I said once again, for saying, but for recognizing, hey, I'm finna go get these. So wherever he want to go.
And just so we're clear on as far as your geographical lane, you said you run southeast region, right? The southeast part of the United States, correct?
And
Okay.
north.
Okay.
I just haven't been covered, but I'm not limited. I'm pretty much a go wherever he send me as long as it's not past Midwest.
Okay. You're not trying to go past the Midwest. I feel you.
So quick question: Are you guys leased on to somebody, or is he an independent where he uses a dispatcher or he gets his own load? How do you go about?
So we was just leased on to someone, and that experience, he decided it was in both our bed for him to get on authority and everything. So he actually Paris has been dispatching me this last week. So once his authority and everything became active, she dispatched me. Yeah. So yeah, he's hired her on, but he's in the process of learning it as well, so he can dispatch me and get me in. But Paris has hooked us with a couple shippers so we can have a direct connect. But he's looking into running Uber Freight as well. So just trying to network and see get because he's new into trucking, so he's learning as
Mhm.
well.
Oh, okay, good deal, man. I was just curious about that, in what what you guys were moving and how he was moving because you said that you spoke so highly of him as a owner operator. So at the end of the day, man, I mean, I enjoy seeing women out there getting it. I enjoy seeing you guys. I just know she asked a question before how is it with with your girls and all of that kind of stuff, you being a mom on the road. So how long do you stay out? Do you stay out a week at a time, or you out and back a week at a time? How do you run?
So for the most part, I leave out early Monday morning, like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm back either Friday or Saturday morning at latest. Yesterday was
Mm.
a little late. We got back about 4 o'clock, but when trucking, you just never know. You just never know what may happen. So I was bringing a load from Jackson, Georgia to Wilson, North Carolina, run out of time. So I had to take a 10-hour break before I could deliver the load. So it delayed my home time. But he pretty much worked with me because he know I got my baby. So I let me be home on the weekend if need be. But I think I'm getting ready to stretch out. The weather is changing, it's warming up. So I may
Mhm.
try to stretch out for a couple more weeks at a time. I want my own truck.
Yeah. I know
well,
that's right.
well, I know one thing. If you run the way you do with him, I know he's gonna probably, and that's what I tell on operators all the time is that if you get a good driver and you have them for 2 or 3 years, I mean, don't expect them to stay there forever because that's what drivers do. They seek to do better for themselves. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't doubt it that he already know this. And I bet you already told him that's what your plans are. And so it's always good, to
Oh
have
yeah.
that good driver. Yeah, it's good to have that good driver. You got anything?
Yeah, I just,
So yes, we
go ahead, go ahead.
go ahead, Miss. I would know when we first I've known him for about 10 years. So when he first brought the opportunity to me, he said, "I'm not trying to keep you forever because I want to see you elevate too." And he's that type of person. Everybody in his circle or his surroundings, he want them to go to the next level too. So he said, I don't want you to be in the truck for real. You want your own truck. I'm gonna put you in a position to you get your own truck. If you want to hire a driver, you'll be able to do that. Or if you want to stay in and drive, you can do that too. But if you want to pull out the truck, I'll pull you out the truck. You run your truck and help me build my business. And I respect him for that.
That's amazing. That's awesome because we I know like to have that opportunity to work with somebody like that and take care of you, look out for you and things like that. That's rare. And so you blessed. I was just gonna ask you too, just even as a driver, like can you tell because a lot of people I do consultations a lot and everybody wants to get in dispatching or brokering, but as a driver I tell people every interview dispatching is all about customer service. It's all about how you communicate not only with the carrier but also if your carrier is not your driver with the drivers. So can you tell us as a driver, like what is it that you look for from a good dispatcher? Like what are some qualities that you look for in a good dispatcher?
Okay. I look for my dispatcher to be available first of all, because one thing I don't like is not being able to, if I call my dispatcher, hey, they're not answering their phone, or they're not calling me in a timely fashion, because 9 times out of 10 is dealing with this load or the shipper or receiver. I'm having an issue. So that's one characteristic, being available. Also being able to, like you said, customer service and being able to listen to the driver. Another thing is coordinates. It's good for the dispatch to kind of know about the hours of service, exactly where we're located, because I've had a dispatcher give me a load and I'm sitting here saying I'm in Texas, and they saying that I can get to wherever in 5 hours, but yet and still only got 3.5 hours of drive time. Like, you're just seeing the money or the amount for the load and not really looking at, oh, I don't know why I signed her this load. She's not going to make this, like, you just looking
Mhm.
at the dollar sign, not looking at, hey, my driver ain't gonna make this. I'm moving too fast. And also, if I say, like, I don't do the snow, I'm not comfortable with it, don't try to force that load on me, because at the end of the day, these are my CDLs. No
Yeah.
disrespect to the dispatchers. I love the dispatchers because we all work together as a team. But if I say I'm not on, that's what it is. My safety comes first, because if I die and roll that truck over, that freight is insured. Or if I wreck, they're gonna end up getting the freight to whoever. They don't care. And I just went through that with a carrier. And they just did not want to hear. They was getting ready to send me to Texas right after you guys had that storm, and I'm just not comfortable with that. I'm not going. So just respect your drivers. Like, dispatchers, listen to your drivers, communicate with your drivers, and be
Yeah.
available to your drivers.
Yes.
Let
And
me.
it'll be a smooth process. Respect, and the same with the drivers. The driver got to respect the
Mhm.
dispatcher as well. The dispatcher is probably dispatching more than you, so just try to give them a little time to get to you, but don't take too long dispatch. So
Yeah.
So right now, I'm gonna give you opportunity to just go ahead and take your little sip if you got something in front of you. You know, if you're a little parched, take your little sip. If you got some snacks, get your little snack. Cause
Mhm.
I'm getting ready to plug our little old. We got our millionaire freight trapping hoodies in, and these go for everybody. These hoodies for everybody,
oh, I
from the
need one of
dispatcher,
them.
from the dispatcher to the driver to the shipper to the carrier. Anybody moving
Yeah.
freight, handling freight. If you're in the warehouse, you're handling freight. You need a millionaire freight trapping hoodie. You need a
Yeah.
millionaire freight trapping hoodie in your life. I'm telling you, man, they're so comfortable. They soft. They good material. These are not no Hanes. These are not no Fruit of the Looms.
Yeah. They
When you
custom
wash
made.
them, they don't ball up on the arm and all of that kind of stuff. I'm
No,
telling
like
you.
real talk. And then even Truck and Hustle, Ramel, he DM'd me today and he was like, I got my
Shout out
hoodie.
to Ramel.
He was like, I got my hoodie and like it is great quality. That is why um we're so excited about this brand and this product. And I'm gonna get with my look, and I gotta get with my attorney tomorrow because it did so well. We have a few hoodies left, but we are getting ready to also add um our t-shirts coming soon, like really soon. So we're gonna have those. But if you are building a business, a legacy, if you are grinding and getting it and you are dealing with freight, you are in the transportation and logistics industry,
And, and
millionaire freight trapping.
and you got a family of truckers, and so
Oh yeah.
I know they millionaire freight trapping, man. Y'all need to get y'all sizes in, get everybody fitted, man, and man, y'all rock out with us, man. Y'all rock out with, like you said, we get these designs together, our ideas for the t-shirts, so that way, you can be like, okay, boom, 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 we working. The summertime coming, we got hats coming, we got other things coming along with it. This is our brand. This is what we came up with. But at the same time, this is what everybody do. This is what everybody do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We try to make sure we
Right.
look at looking at.
Congratulations. I'm gonna need some t-shirts in black.
Oh yeah, because a lot of, especially being out on that road and you being in different climates and different weather, and sometimes you may be super cold, but I'm one of those people. I wear hoodies year round. Like I seen that's just become a new trend, and so we have a few left, and so we're gonna keep pushing those too, because we're gonna do the sweat the hoodies that zip up. We're gonna have sweatshirts. We're gonna have long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts. I'm gonna also do possibly an apparel line for athletic wear for Millionaire Freight Trapping. Like there's no limit. What we're gonna do? We're gonna have coffee mugs, Millionaire Freight Trapping. Like all that's coming like ASAP. So I'm excited about that. God gave me the vision.
I know that's right.
God gave me the vision of Millionaire Freight Trapping back in 2019,
Yes.
actually, and I was able to bring it to life last year, and so I'm so grateful. Took a while because we had to get trademark and everything, so I'm grateful for that. But are you through plugging? Because I want to get back to Miss Avery.
I do too. But I got one more thing to plug.
Okay.
Because I know Miss Avery be on the road, and we all about health and wellness. Any tips that I can give, like for the men, I'm gonna give another tip later on if you bald head or whatever. But this is a health tip for Miss Avery. She be on the road. I know everybody be trying to watch their health and kind of, but it's hard to do. It's hard. It's something hard to do, and that's all I did was snack. 800, 600 miles of running, I snack. So these veggie puffs. Can I say these?
Child, I ain't see this man bring this in here.
These veggie puffs. They call veggie puffs. I don't know if y'all ever heard of veggie sticks. They like chips. These are veggie puffs. Hey man, these are so bomb. I'm serious. Sour cream and onion. Yes, yeah. You see that? You see that?
Oh, I'm gonna try those.
Yeah.
Because I start my diet tomorrow.
Yeah. So y'all go get y'all some veggie puffs. They not paying us. I just want to give y'all a little old tip. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. I'm done. Right.
This guy is crazy. He's sitting here with these veggie puffs. And I mean, he got the whole bag. I had no clue they was. I didn't even see them. But it's been a joy talking to you. We've talked about how you got involved in, driving 18-wheelers, how you got into the trucking industry. I know we don't need to know what happened or, why you were incarcerated, but just tell us real quick, how long were you incarcerated?
Three years.
Three years. Wow.
Too long.
Yeah, but that's all right.
1 day too long.
Yeah, that's all right.
1 day too long.
Because God is good.
You know what?
Go ahead.
My body was incarcerated, but my brain wasn't. So it's all to the good.
I know that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's right. And this is what we love so much about. This is what I love so much about this particular industry. It's a forgiving industry. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go through some of the hardest times. You could, make mistakes as you are learning and growing up. But this has been a forgiving industry. And not only that, people be amazed at how well this industry pays truck drivers. You got to understand, this is a profession. I had to go through blood, sweat, and tears and extensive testing and to get these credentials and to get this license. So why not pay me well? This is a really great industry. This industry has been a true blessing to me. I even remember when I was like 5 and 6 years old, and my grandmother, Lord rest her soul, she had a good friend and he drove 18-wheelers. Now, back in the 80s, I had no clue about, truck drivers. But as you fast forward to about 98, 99, I met several truck drivers that did well. They were making six figures back then. And then fast forward, I was co-owner of a trucking company. We had a broker that worked directly with us. So we had freight moving all day long because we had a direct broker working with the company. And then now my husband, somebody who's driven all over this country, and have driven multiple types of equipment, it's been a true blessing to our family. It has provided for us. It has been just a joy for me over the last almost 4 years now, really building and learning this business. I was a broker agent with my girl Lady Logistics back at the end of around 2017, beginning of 2018, when I was pregnant with my son, which was around the beginning of 2018. So here we just hit 3 years of me even tapping into that industry, and I am a freight broker now. However, dispatching is my heart, it's my passion, and it's really because I love talking to drivers. You know, when I was dispatching back in '99, even though it was for the bus service for the disabled here, I worked with the drivers every day, all day. I had certain manifests that I made sure I dispatched and made sure they were running on time. And if they were running late, I would recover loads to help them stay on target and on time by giving them, loads to help them to protection drivers. And then the dispatch in this industry, dealing with freight, I'm just extremely excited. Like, I love working with you guys. I appreciate every driver out there on the road. I thank God for each and every driver that genuinely came into this industry to either, take care of their families or take care of themselves, and then also build legacies, because we have kids, we have families, and we want to make sure that we have something to pass down. So it's just been a real joy to work with you guys, and I thank you for everything you do out there, delivering and getting these goods delivered safely throughout the United States, throughout the Southeast region, and we really appreciate everything you do.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I thank y'all for the platform to speak. It's just one foot in the other. You gotta keep pressing on, one foot in front of the other. And like you said, it's about dinner with me. It's about being able to provide for my girls and creating generational wealth. Like something for them. Whether they want to drive or run a company, they can do it. Cause I'm just at that point. I don't want to work for nobody else. We can have our own if we want to.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna, and I want you to be deathly honest right here. I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to, at any point in your career, no matter when it was a dump truck, driving a dump truck, or if it was something that happened here with where you're at now, I want you to get that off your chest. This is a new segment that my wife didn't know about. I want you to get it off your chest. Like for me, I'm gonna give you an example. For me, I had a dispatcher that knew how I ran. She knew what I love to do. But one thing she forgot that I don't do hay. I do not haul hay. So one time she sent me somewhere and I called. I say, I thought you knew I done do hay. Don't we have that type of relationship? I said, what are you doing? Man, this money, that's a good load for me. I said, hold up, wait a minute. Hell you mean that's a good load for you? I'm allergic to hay. It ain't gonna make it back.
Right.
So why are you giving it to me?
Mm.
So I had to get that off my chest. That was a moment in my flatbed history that me and the dispatcher kind of went back and forth. And then she finally realized that, man, you know what? You're right. I say, man, look, I'll sit for a day for you to find me another good paying load if that's what all you looking for. I say, but I'm not going to put my life in jeopardy behind no hay. So tell me something about
Right.
in your career, wherever it's been, that you just said, man, let me get this off my chest right now.
So, me and the the company we was running under, it was a particular carrier that we was dealing with. They had me. They knew I get paid a percentage by. I get a percentage per load. I don't get paid by the mile.
Right.
So there was a driver. There was a load for some tires that had to be delivered in Vermont. Mind you, I'm in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So they said, well, the load's supposed to be there today, but we got a driver coming down. He gonna meet you. You just drive as far as you can. I said, wait a minute. So again, for 2 loads because they wanted me with T swap. I said, hold up. I get paid a percentage. Whatever load I'm touching, I'm taking it all the way there. You're not finna finesse me like that. So she said, well, it's going to Virginia. Like you said, it's a good paying load. I said, well, how much the load paying? And she stalled like she didn't want to tell me. And I said, well, per my own operator, and I know what the load is paying. Before I took the load to Vermont from Chattanooga. And she was kind of pissed because the load was already late, but I didn't get there till the next day, so I had to sit. You know how it is. I don't know if you ever haul tires. You probably have, but it took them like 4 hours to get the tires off me. So then I called her back. She had a load coming back down the mountain, coming back, but the load was like 42,000 pounds. I said, no, ma'am. And I had a baby with me. I said, nah, I'll take something else, but I can't. I'm not doing that. I'm not. So she said, well, I'll call you back. I said, keep in mind, I only got 2 hours left of drive time. She waited till I had 15 minutes left to call me. Oh, we got something in Chester, New York for you. I had to sit still again. So it's like she kind of punished me because she was mad because I didn't want to take the other load for my safety's sake, coming back out of the mountains. So that pissed me off. And, me and her we met face to face when out to Tennessee. So she seemed pretty cool, but she also we got diagnosed with COVID, me and my 8-year-old. So I had to sit for 4 weeks. I also had pneumonia, but not one time did they call. I said, dang, this is my dispatch. Y'all blow my phone up for everything else, but not one time did you say, well, I hope you're okay. How you doing? The moment they found out I was recovering, my phone was jumping like joy, and they were ready. I said, it all goes to show you don't care about your driver.
Wow.
You just want to make sure the load get there. So
First
that
thing-
pissed me off too. So I'm like, we just to some dispatchers, we just a number. There are some hell of dispatchers out there, but to her, I felt like I was just a number. So got better. Everything is good now. So
that's what I was finna say. I just want to say, man, God bless you guys for beating COVID, getting over COVID, and then pneumonia. I just want to say, man, praise be to God for allowing you guys to be healed. I know me when I was on that road, going in and out of those different climates and going in and out of different environments. When I would get home, I know it probably wasn't good, but when I would get home, I would always take either a shot of NyQuil or I take 2 pills just to kind of, fight any kind of germ that I had. You know what I mean? And that was just my way of fighting off a cold or whatever the case may be. But praise be to God for you guys getting over that.
Thank you. Yeah, I had to step my vitamins up because and I just be real leery now about going to places. I try not to touch stuff anyway, but yeah, I had to step them vitamins up.
Yeah, that's crazy because my daughter and I had it, and I have no I don't even know what pneumonia feels like, but I'm sure I may not have had it even though I had every symptom like fevers, chills, breathing, chest pains. I had headaches. I had short-term memory. I had every symptom because come to find out short-term memory was a new symptom as well from having COVID. I lost my taste and smell.
Oh, was it? I just thought you were just trying to play me off.
For a whole month. Almost a whole month.
It sound like
yeah. And my daughter, she had it and didn't have no symptoms. She was asymptomatic, but I was scared to go to the hospital, so I kind of
Praise
just
God.
kind of pray, play like, okay, I can take it, I can handle it. But I was really sick. Like it messed up my joints because even now I still walk with limps. Since I post COVID, it's crazy. But I went to see my primary care, and I hope you did a follow up too, just to make sure that your breathing and everything is okay, because I know they say that one of the side effects to COVID is COPD.
Hmm. No, I didn't know that, but I didn't know I had the pneumonia. It just so happened on inauguration day, I went to the ER because it was like I felt fine. It kept me down for like a week, and like you said, your baby didn't have any signs or symptoms. My 8-year-old did. The only thing that was hurting a little bit, but she was still bouncing off walls in here while Mama was struggling to get through. But my breathing, I can tell the difference now. Gave me Ayla and sent me on my way. So they said they can't say how long it will be before it get back to normal, or if it ever get back to normal. So sometimes I can't run and do like I was doing before, like hurry up, and because
Yep.
sometimes it just take too much out of me.
Yeah, I totally agree, because I was going to try to work out with
Feel
this
everything you
trainer.
said from the.
I was just gonna say I tried to work out with this trainer, but it's like they think you coming up with excuses on not to work out or whatever. But if you haven't had COVID, you don't know what those people are going through or been through. If you have not had COVID, you cannot relate to what it did or has done to anyone's body. And my thing is, I have the money to pay any trainer in this city if I want to. So I would never make up an excuse on not to work out. But physically, my body just won't allow me to do the things that I could do post COVID. I was going to the gym 3 or 4 days a week prior to COVID. And after I got COVID, I physically really can barely work out like 20 minutes now at a time without getting out of breath. It's crazy.
Listen here, I be trying to open them doors sometime, but the back into the box. I'm saying, what my inhaler at? I need my inhaler. It is real.
Well,
It is real.
it's been it's been a joy, Avery,
Mm-mm.
chatting this evening. We're gonna wrap this up because it is 7:04. I didn't want to hold you too long. I want to get back to my baby because I'm a mom, and so we thank you so much. If you have any final words to anybody listening that's interested in getting involved in trucking, um, especially like from your hometown. Maybe you want to shout out where you went and got your CDLs there so that they can check into that program, and we'll let you go.
Okay, like I said, I appreciate you guys for the platform to speak to everybody. I would just say, especially to the women, I know it can be tough as a mother trying to do it, but it may not look like it can be just stay positive, just stay positive, keep negative from you. I don't care what Tom, Harry, Felicia, Kim, whoever say they don't think it's a good idea or you shouldn't do it. You go with your heart. If that's what your heart's desire, God will give it to you, and He's gonna make a way for you to do what you need to do. It's not gonna be easy, I will say that, but it can be done. If a little country girl did it, you can too. And just surround yourself by positive people. And to anybody who may be out there listening who may want to go purchase a truck, my advice to you, if you can, get your CDL, so in the event that your driver is sick or quit on you can get your truck. You don't have to wait for nobody. And just if you're owning a truck and you're looking to get a driver, take care of your driver. Your driver is everything, because if you don't have a driver, you're not making money. Just take care of your driver, whatever. Shout out to all the dispatchers, the brokers. We appreciate y'all, and I just wish everybody much success in their endeavors.
Awesome.
Hey, I just want to say, hey man, you be safe on that road. Take care of yourself. Take care of your take care of your health. And I have one more health tip. I don't know if you ever heard about it, but Super Beats. It's in a powder form. Super Beats will be very good for you while you're on the road. I wish I would have had. I wish they'd have came out with it when I was on the road. But get your a little thing of Super Beats. You just put it in some water, shake it up. You'll be surprised how
Is it
much
at
it.
GNC?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can pick it up at GNC. Yeah, yeah. Called Super
I've
Beats.
seen it.
hmm So I mean, I'm always giving little health tips,
Got
to
you.
all of everybody over the road, whoever listen to the rebroadcast, whoever go listen to the videos. Yeah, get you some super beats and man, take care of yourself. And when you get home, keep you some sea moss there and mix you something up the whole weekend and let that sea moss go to work in your body and all that kind of stuff. And this is just for everybody, including myself. I do it every week. So so with that, man, I just want, like you said, I just want to thank you. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah.
Hit us on the hit us in the email. Let us know, hey man, I'm gonna call in. I just wanna sit in on the call. You ain't even gotta join up. Just
Oh,
you can just be on the call. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
you
just
can
be on the
call
call.
in.
Just
Yeah.
call in and we'll have conversation with you while we talking to anybody or interview. Even if I'm doing news, just call in, man. You welcome. I mean, you welcome. Pass the word, man. Any truck driver would like to, get his story out there, her story, their story, a teen wife and husband that's driving or even working in the
oh,
industry. Yeah, tell them hit us up.
oh. So I got people that add me off my podcast. One of my friends inboxed me. It's other women that's interested as well in your podcast. I forgot to tell you guys.
Yeah, give them
Oh
the
yeah, you got
email.
my number,
Yeah,
and you got my number. Send them my number or whatever. I don't mind.
yeah. What we're
Okay.
doing now is we're going to switch up the format just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because for the truckers. I wanted to get us
Mm-hmm.
moving. I wanted to get us moving, so we went live. We went live so that we could kind of, put a face to the podcast. Now what we're gonna do is, because I want to make it convenient for you guys, like you just said, you're on your 34-hour reset. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set a time and we're gonna pre-record this. Instead of going live, we're going to pre-record everything. But I still would do the lives. It's probably just going to be like the news edition or something like that. But our interviews, our one-on-ones, we're going to
Mm-hmm.
pre-record them and then we're going to upload them so that we can make it more comfortable and more of uh, a good time for the interviewee. So, man, thank you once again. For giving us your time. We're gonna let you go because I know you're trying to put your babies to bed and get yourself together for the week. Once again, thank you from Freight Trapping Podcast.
Thank you, and we're gonna go ahead and say good night, guys. Peace.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the pump and hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They want to knock me down, but somehow I just stay up. Yeah. Straight from the mud like rugby. Straight to the stage, they love me. I understand they hungry, but please don't hate that ugly. I've been sliding, shaking, moving. I've been popping in my city. Shawty say she love the way we do it with me. I be too turned up to ever give a fuck. I ain't come to argue, let a nigga fuck.
Oh my God.
We'll holler at y'all. We'll holler at y'all. Have a good weekend. Have a good week. Be blessed. Stay
Hey.
safe.